Good afternoon, my fellow aviators. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back again for another stream here on the Aviator 268 channel as we continue the series flying for the 24th anniversary of Delta Virtual Airline. We are in the trusted PMDG 737-800. We're on stand Bravo 23 here in Cincinnati. And so we are just getting everything set up, getting the fuel on board, and we're going to get right into it. Welcome in, George. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday, man. We are at stand Bravo 23. There is another aircraft on the west side. They're at Bravo 15. So feel free to use 17, 19, 21. We're on the odd side, so feel free to use any one of those. I'm at Bravo 23, yeah. All right, let's jump into the aircraft. We're fueling up. As a matter of fact, we're finished fueling, so we can release that. We can watch that move away. I never really used GSX progressive fueling. Yo, what's going on, Jean-Pierre? Welcome, 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 buddy. So we're here going to Buffalo. So Cincinnati to Buffalo, we've already requested our data from SimBrief. So we can go straight to the FMC and we can load the flight plan. Uplink is loading. Once that clears, then we can go ahead and edit the runway for departure. Looking at these charts for the departure airports, and our SID today is the Bangor 5, and if we have to come back, we will take the ILS 18 Center. Cool. Those of you joining here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you for stopping by here on the Aviator 268 channel. If you appreciate the work that we're doing here, please consider subscribing. And of course, once you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss the next time that we go live. So welcome, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight as we go over to Buffalo, New York. The Bengals 5 departure. Great. So we go to departure and arrivals, and we're taking runway 18 left via the Bengal 5, and our transition is the washer. Go back to our index and arrival, and we're going to take the ILS runway 23. Let's see what this is saying. Arrival. There's no star going into Buffalo. So the ILS 23, let's see what the transition is there. And the best transition we could use will be Trava. And we go into our routes, legs page, and there is a disco at Trava, and we'll leave that discontinuity in there for now, as we will change that once we get closer to the airport. There is air traffic control online, so we may get vectored, more than likely be vectored into the airport. So we'll just leave that discontinuity until we get closer to the airport. All right, so we can execute that now. Activate and execute. So we have upper magenta lines here, and let's change this to the runway heading of 186. Set that up one time. And let's see what the top altitude is for the departure. Top altitude by ATC. Oh, jet says 5,000. So we'll set the altitude to 5,000, which is our initial climb. Flight attendants are on board, and we can begin the boarding process. So we'll let GSX do its thing while we continue with the perf in it. But altitude today is 310, cost index of 13. Our reserves are going to be alternate, which is 4.6 plus 5, so that's 5.1. And we'll get our zero fuel weight shortly.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And we're seeing that the flight is being set up. Wing walk is going to get knocked down. Look at that. Boy, I tell you, GSX, that is GSX for you. She just got knocked out, and she's still walking like nothing's happening, right? She's walking like nothing's wrong.
Checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Zero fuel weight is 129.7, 129.7. Yeah, she just walking like nothing's happening, man. Went straight through it like I'm cool. Let's run the performance tool, departing today off of runway 18 left, and import from the aircraft, import the weather, and we'll leave that optimal for both rating and flap config. Flap config today is going to be flap 5 with takeoff 1, 37 degrees, temperature 139, 140, and 146. So we have that recorded, and we can now go back to the FMC. Takeoff 1, 37. Takeoff flaps 5, 4.84, and that is correct. And that's 139, 140, 146. Set that in the speed dial, 146, and we can activate the flight director. 150 passengers today. So let's run our departure briefing. Our pre-departure briefing today, we are operating flight 2496 from Cincinnati to Buffalo. The current weather destination is winds 200 at 7, visibility is 10 statute miles, fuel cloud is 25,000, temperature is 07, and dew point is -05, altimeter is 3011. You have 171 passengers. That's all right. Just start boarding, bro.
And Cincinnati traffic, this is United 680 passing 8,500 feet for 8,000 feet.
And our flight time today is estimated 1 hour.
6 arrival, turning
and
about 20 degrees
2
offset due
minutes.
to a flight plan issue that has come up in our MCDU.
1 hour and 9
There
minutes.
should be no factor on our landing, and we're about 30 nautical miles out from the airport traffic.
All right. Thank you so much for that detailed arrival. Thank you. That's what we should be doing. Very good. Very good. All right, so we have 100 and our flight time is 1 hour and 9 minutes, cruising at flight level 310. We have 150 passengers on board with a total fuel of 14.3 tons, 14,000 pounds. The aircraft is in good shape. We don't have any minimum equipment list items. We're taking off of runway 18 left. For our taxi this afternoon, we will push off the gate and we'll face east. Then we take ramp 3. Take ramp 3 to Tango, then take Tango all the way to holding point of runway. This is Tango all the way to runway 18 left. And we take a full length taxi and full length takeoff for today. There are any potential threats that we can think of right now. Based on our NOTAM, there aren't any. And so we will taxi as per what we just discussed. No weather in the airspace, there's no congested airspace right now. There's no air traffic control on the line. Of course, at any point in time, they can come on and we will just follow suit. Once we get airborne and going towards Buffalo, the New York controller is online. So we will then, hold on, wait a minute. New York came offline, but Boston is online. So we will have Boston for the arrival. For the emergency procedures, let's look at the departure to double check about threats on the departure. We're departing off of runway 18 left via the Bango 5, and that doesn't have any threats in and around at the moment. So once we get to the departure briefing, we'll definitely be able to run this. For our takeoff, in the event that we have an emergency, if there's an engine emergency at or below V1, we will close the thrust and call stop. Assess the situation. If we need to come to a complete stop on the runway, we will do so. If not, we can exit off of, let's look at the chart once more. We'll be able to exit via Tango 5 or Tango 4 and then return to the gate. At or above V1, we are committed to the takeoff. We climb runway heading 3,000 feet. We will assess the situation. We will make a left downwind and return to runway 18 center, which we have the chart available here. All right, so that will do it for our pre-departure briefing. We will get the aircraft set up and begin to restart the APU.
070, about to intercept on ILS 18 center. We're maintaining 8,000 feet and 110 knots, and we're about 20 nautical miles away from landing at 18 center traffic.
We have our good friend over here, American 340. He will be flying with us to Buffalo. American 340 is our good friend George M, who is here with us on the stream. Welcome George. Appreciate you for joining us on this flight. Anyone else want to join, feel free to come online. We are here. Just started the APU. That's the sound that you're hearing right now, firing up the APU in our trusty 737-800 for PMDG. Doesn't that plane look beautiful? And that, oops, there's a picture right there. Beautiful. Last bag being boarded. Yeah, it's been a minute, man. Where you been? Good to have you on the flight. Alternate. Baggage is complete. APU started. We can now put the seatbelt signs on. and we can do the pre-departure checklist. Pre-departure briefing.
And static traffic is 93 or 680. Correction. Turning the heading 110 at 8,000 feet. Speed is 180 knots, and we are approximately 20 nautical miles out from ILS 18 center traffic.
Our departure briefing today, we're departing for runway 18 left, and the SID is the Bangor 5 departure. And as per the departure runway 18 left, we will climb on heading 186 to intercept course 172 to landing. Then on track 108 to Codco, then on track 043 to JBeth, then on track 019 to Fopaz, then on track 006 to Lovey, then on track 007 to Bangle. Then flight plan route, we will maintain 5,000 feet and expect later once we get airborne. Our V speeds today gonna be 139, 140, and 146. Initial climb is 5,000, and of course in the US our transition altitude is going to be 180. Our spot pull today is 6677, and we'll expect a final altitude of 310, and we get that 10 minutes after our departure. Current weather right now in Cincinnati is the wind is out of the west southwest, or the southwest rather, at 7 knots. Visibility is pretty good, so we have no issues with that as concerned, and their clouds are pretty high, so a pretty nice day for us to fly today. In case of an emergency, engine failure or abnormality after V1, we will maintain 3,000 feet. And we will assess the situation, make a left base downwind, and try to return to the airport. Mexican Aviator, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, brother. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. For our taxi, let's remind ourselves of what our taxi is. We're going to push off of the gate tail to the west, and then we'll continue our taxi out to taxiway Tango using ramp 3, then left on Tango and Tango to runway 18 left. And our departure briefing is complete. So while we have our passengers coming on board, let's go ahead and run our before start checklist. For the before start checklist, our flight deck and exterior inspections have been completed. Pre-flight procedure is complete. IRS modes are nav and display switches are normal, and auto emergency sign exit signs are on. Passenger signs are on. The window heat switches are on. Motor control panel is set. Oxygen mask, interphone, and regulator are all checked. Altitude 3011 and cross check. Flight nav instruments are checked. Warning and auxiliary lights are checked. Anti-skid light is off. Landing gear is down 3 green. The DPWS has been checked. Speed brake lever is down detent. And thrust levers are closed. Engine start switches are cut off. Silhouette trim cutoff switches are normal. Fire warning systems are checked. Radios and transponder and radar. Our squawk is 6677, and that is set. Rudder aileron trim are free and 0. Parking brake is set. Departure briefing is completed. Flight attendant briefing completed. Logbook is checked. Fuel is 14.3 on board, 14.3. Our FMS and ACARS info has been entered. Our stabilizer trim is 4.8, and we can set that now. Ensure that we are ready. And our airspeed and N1 bugs. Airspeed is 146, and that is for ROS check. Our B4 star checklist is complete.
Cincinnati traffic, good afternoon, radio check.
Alright, by 5.
And Cincinnati traffic's United 680.
Yep. Passengers coming on board.
Away from runway 18 center. We are intercepting on the ILS approach, and we should be landing in about
seems like
6 minutes.
we are finished boarding. They're waiting on me to get going. All right, cool. Let's not waste any time. George, you ready, man? Let's get rid of the external AC unit. That is now disconnected, and we can turn on the bleed air. Roger. And we can release the ground power. Just about to close the doors. Good. Fantastic. So we got rid of all of these external connections, and we are ready to go. We start the before start checklist flows, before start flows. And we'll call GSX to...
And Cincinnati traffic is United 680 on short final for runway 18 center.
First boarding, and we can remove the jock.
Locking gear.
And we'll turn on our anti-collision lights. Before start checklist, please. Doors are closed. Hydraulic panel is set. Fuel panel is set. Flight door closed and locked. Anti-collision lights are on. Air conditioning panel is set. Transponder is set to standby. Or mode C, but that's going to switch just now because of the ACAR system. Making sure my ACARs are set. And we're going nose towards the right.
Release parking brakes.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Cincinnati traffic, good afternoon. DAL2496, push to start from Bravo 23, tail west. Cincinnati traffic. All right, time check. Time is now 54. We are on time because we were checking to go 55. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I didn't realize George was moving. We should be fine. Should be fine. Didn't realize that George was already pushing. Let's watch how this is gonna go. Let's see how this one is gonna pan out. We should be fine. We should be fine. But let's see, let's see, let's see. Oh no! Look at this! Just walk with the whole half of your airplane, man. Oh my goodness. Just walk with the whole half of your airplane. Start sequence is 2 then 1, so let's begin with engine number 2. Didn't realize that he was moving any at all. Generally we don't do that, and it's my fault. It's my fault because usually we should watch to see if there was anybody who was pushing, so that was my bad.
Traffic 9680, touching down around 18 center.
already above 25. Engine 2 is starting.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Unlocking gear.
Where's that United flight? Oh, there he is. Start engine number 1. Aviation Geek 268, what's going on? Kemby, welcome, 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 brother.
Tow truck disconnected.
Roger.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
And engine 1 is turning.
Cincinnati traffic, American 340 Spot 5, going to be taxiing out to runway 18.
There's a pin on the left side. She is waving, tell us have a good trip. See ya next time through. Engine number 2 is started, and let's run the after start flows.
And Cincinnati traffic, this is United 680. We actually vacated on Juliet. We'll be taxiing to gate Alpha 2 via Juliet, Echo 6, and Echo and Hotel to the ramp.
Let's run the check, flight control check. Rudder left, rudder right, ailerons left and right, elevators up and down. All right, so let's run the after start checklist. Generators are on. Probe heat is on. Anti-ice not required. Air conditioner panel is set. Auto brakes is RTO. After start checklist is complete. Taxi checklist flaps 5. Literally, this is what it sounds like in the real place. If you've never traveled before, or you're about to travel for the first time, this is what you're going to hear if you sit on the wing.
And Cincinnati traffic correction for United 680, we'll be taxiing to gate Alpha 2 via Delta 7 Echo and Hotel to the gate. Thank you.
Taxi checklist, flaps 5 green lights. Flight controls have been checked. Taxi checklist is complete. All right, let's get our map up here and we can get ready to bounce out. So we take ramp 3 left on Tango behind the American towards 18 left. Cincinnati traffic, once again, good afternoon, DAL2496 on ramp 3, spot 6, taxi runway 18 left via ramp 3 left Tango, hold short, runway 18 left, Cincinnati traffic. All right, lights coming on and let's get ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight, good morning, good afternoon, welcome on board DAL2496 switch service to Buffalo. Flight time is 1 hour and 9 minutes. I want to say welcome on board and thank you for choosing Delta for your flight today. We know into your travel arrangements you can fly many different airlines, but thank you for choosing Delta. Flight attendants are in the back, primarily for your safety. We ask that whatever they ask you that you please pay attention to their instructions as it is for your safety. Once again, welcome on board and we'll check back with you once we're airborne. Flight attendants prepare for departure, please. clear left and right. Following the American over here. We can tell this is Delta land with all those deltas over there. Clear right. There's that United that just landed earlier. George, go ahead and depart. We will be right behind you just to give ourselves some space. So go ahead and depart. George says AA invasion. we need at least another 6 more American to make it an invasion, you know?
Right, Cincinnati traffic, American 348 landing up runway 18 left, departing to the...
Have a good flight, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so we're on down to Lansing and then Codco. See ya later, American.
Cincinnati traffic, American 340 rolling, 18 left.
Cincy traffic, Delta 2496, line up runway 18 left and wait for the departing traffic.
And have a great flight, guys. Should be logging off here in just a moment.
All right. All right, so before takeoff check, tape line trim is 4.8, flaps 5 set. Windows are closed. Auto throttle is on. Recall is checked.
Approaching 18 left.
Runway 18 left. Thank you. Departure is the Bangor 5, the Bangor 6.
On runway
No,
18
Bangor
left.
6, Bangor 5. Wow, can't remember what departure is. And the first fix is Lansing. Takeoff briefing is reviewed, which is we will stop anything that is going to make this aircraft fly between 80 knots and V1. Above V1, we will take off, climb 3,000 feet.
Cincinnati traffic, American 340 is airborne, traffic 3.8, direct to Camum, Cincinnati.
Once you get airborne, then we have the engine fail, make a left downwind and come back around runway 18 left or 18 right, 18 center. And we have 18 center already. We can probably do a visual for that. All right, flight attendants have been notified, and we have the radar and transponder set. Engine starts with its R continuous, and exterior lights are now being set. And our takeoff, our before takeoff checklist is complete. Just waiting for our traffic to get beyond Lansing there. Now I can't see him. American 340, call passing 3,000.
Passing 6.5 now, American 340.
Roger. Delta 2496, Cincinnati traffic 2496, RNAV 2, Lansing runway 18 left, takeoff. Cincinnati traffic. All right. Pause the music. And let's go.
Cincinnati traffic, United 680, logging off for the night. Have a great flight to everybody and have a great evening.
Thanks, you too. Start set, Toga. Plus it's at 90.3. Airspeed is alive.
80 knots.
Check. It rotates. Ooh, that wind, boy.
It's great.
Gear up. Gear up, the lights are out. Cincinnati traffic DAL2496, airborne passing 1,800. Climb 5,000, join the Bango 5 departure. Cincinnati traffic, last coast here. I've not hand flown this aircraft in such a long time, so we're gonna do a little hand flying real quick. Except that now I gotta change the altitude. Ah. That's the only issue that we have with the 737 with the Boeing airplanes. They're not as nimble as the Airbus. So if I leave it in a particular angle, it's just gonna keep turning. It's gonna come back to the center. So we're clear passing Lansing. Speed check, flaps coming up. Alright, going over to 122.80, which is the Unicom frequency. And let's follow the after takeoff checklist. Climb to flight level 310. And the after takeoff checklist, please. After takeoff checklist. Flaps up, no lights. Landing gear up and off. Anti-ice not required. Engine bleeds are ordered after pressurization panel is checked. The engine start switches are on continuous, and APU is off, not required. After takeoff checklist is complete. So we're at Podco, then to JBET, then Fopath, then Lobby, direct to Bango. Let's see where George is at the moment. George is already past 18,000 feet. So we are good to go. That will give us enough speed. So we're going to follow we're not going to take any shortcuts today. We're going to follow the published departure. 10,000 feet, landing lights, exterior lights coming off. And we will ding the cam and let them know that we are past 8,000 feet, 10,000 feet, so they can do their due. And we continue our climb out to flight level 310. Passing 10,000 feet, we can get some music going. There is Cincinnati off to the left. Runway 27 is that perpendicular runway right there. And we have runway 18 left where we just departed. Let's see. That's supposed to be a stadium right here. And that's the city center. It looks like a big airfield right in front of us. Not sure what airport that is. Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. That's Alpha Oscar. Okay. And I believe these contrails are from George up ahead of us. Once you cross 18,000 feet, we will set standard altimeter, which is 290.902. And we'll change from 18,000 feet to now flight level 180. Let's see where Mr. George is. We must maintain that. George, what's your cruising altitude? Flight number 180, standard is set, standard check. Climb altitude at 10 minutes transition level standard and cross check. Performance is crazy playing this. 7310. Okay, so we're gonna be on the same. All right, so I gotta maintain. What is going to be your cruise speed? Because I gotta try to maintain our distance. I'm not sure. There's some restrictions that may apply in terms of where we're going and the direction that we are. So 310 might be the top altitude. So you don't have to go higher if you don't want to. I don't think you necessarily need to. Just need to know what your cruising speed is going to be. Mine is gonna be 0.721, which of course we don't want to do. So yours is 0.79. All right, so we'll go 0.75. If you can go 0.80, then do that. Try to see if we can get there faster. You just joined the stream for the first time, welcome guys. It is good to see you. Feel free to say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. And let's have an enjoyable flight over to Buffalo. Overhead Bangor now, heading direct to Rico and then to Washer. Roger. I'll still maintain 0.75 so that we don't have that, because you're gonna have to start December for me. So then again, let's see, Boston is still online. Nah, Boston left. No, So who's airspace? Yeah, that would be New York. All right, so New York left. So we're on our own. Okay, something's not going on right now because I'm seeing New York centers online, but I'm not seeing it on the map that I'm looking at. That's weird. Okay, so or is oh, we might be in Cleveland's airspace rather than New York. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Let me check another map. Yeah, we would have been in Cleveland's airspace, not New York. So we're on our own really. So I guess you could do whatever we want, man. Within reason, of course. Part of a 260 going to part of a 170. Once we get to 170, yeah, it's Cleveland. Part of a 310, we're going to have a little chat about what to expect this week. This week is going to be an exciting week. Ooh, it's going to be a fantastic week. It is going to be a fantastic week. Still no word yet from PMDG as to what's going over there with the 777-200 ER, with the Pratt Whitney, General Electric, and Rolls Royce. But sometimes you hear no news is good news, so we'd allow them to go ahead and work. Five 310. Let's now get this up to 0.75. Let's push it 7 south. Current flight time. Let's see. All right, so we will arrive at 6:11, which is in the next 50 minutes, thereabout. George, you set up to flight 333 or you staying at 31? The flight should be pretty quick because, oh, I forgot to start the timer on the left side. Ah. Roger, 330.8. Fine, no problem. We're going 0.79er and we'll stay at 3.1. Our current speed is going to be about 510. And we can turn off the seatbelt sign. Let's know from the flight is your captain speaking. We are our cruise altitude of 31,000 feet. We anticipate a smooth ride. However, we know that at any point in time we can have some turbulence. So we ask that once you're comfortably seated, that you will have your seatbelt comfortably fastened about you. Flight time is about in 50 minutes from now. Should be landing at about 10 after 6. Which will be 10 after 5 local time, and we hope to get you there on time. Should anything change, we will let you know. Once we get closer to our descent time, we will come back with the weather and let you know what's going on. All right, enjoy the flight. There was like that 506 ground speed. Yeah, mine is at 508, 510, and it's going to increase once we turn from washer. And I'm more. Charles, thank you so much, man. Safe travels and have a great flight. Thank you so much. We'll definitely do that. Listen, every time I hear safe travels now, that thing takes on a totally different meaning, man. Woo! The poor aviation industry is just going through it right now. Going through it. It's our season, man. It's our season. But still one of the best and safest ways to travel. Every time you get on a plane, just make sure you pray. Ask God to keep that plane going. So this week, guys, this week, oh my goodness, it is a fantastic week. So we're going to continue with our celebration flights throughout the rest of this week once time permits. I mean, the thing is, should be fine. The challenge may be, the only challenge that I can foresee right now is that our streams might be pushed back a little bit later, but we'll try to keep it in such a time that it's not too late. We'll try to see if we can do a 7 or 7:30 departure at the latest, of course, because we got to work. But we try to make sure that we keep the streams going for the rest of the week. But we may interrupt the stream schedule once the A350 drops. So sometime this week, I think it might drop tomorrow. I honestly think it might drop tomorrow. They've been doing quite a bit. It's either now or Wednesday, tomorrow or Wednesday. That's what my thoughts are, because they're really been pushing out a whole lot of things right now. We have the FAQs that are available, and those will help you to understand how to fly the airplane. And so with them putting those out this early, I really anticipate that they're going to be doing that earlier rather than later. In addition, they would have already put forward an event for the 28th, which is Friday, which means it's not going to drop on Friday. I'm just using logics, guys. So it has to be that it's going to drop between tomorrow and Wednesday. And so what might very well happen is that once the aircraft drops, we're going to stream, like I shared, it's going to be a new airplane to discover. So we'll just probably be on the ground for about an hour, just looking at the aircraft, looking at different systems, trying to see what we can learn if we haven't learned anything new, and see what is and what we can and cannot do. And then on another stream, we'll do a short flight. More than likely, it will be Atlanta to Detroit on a Delta A350, and that will be our first revenue flight. I may actually do another one, maybe a delivery one. So it's possible that I might do a delivery flight from Toulouse to Atlanta, or Toulouse to somewhere else on another A350. Just so that we can, I probably will do two of those flights. The challenge with the delivery flights though is that where those airplanes are going are pretty far, except for British Airways. So we could probably do a delivery flight from Toulouse to Heathrow. So yeah, let's try for that. So once we get comfortable with the airplane, we will definitely do that delivery flight from Toulouse to London. I doubt that I'm gonna probably do that with everybody because we don't want to. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty hyped for the next week or so. So anywhere that we go, we'll probably see an A350-9 in the skies at some point. So we'll get company, we'll have company. So we'll eventually get to do a really nice flight with the A350. So that's what I'm foreseeing for the next couple of days. Yeah, JL, welcome, bro. So that's pretty much what I mean. I don't want to be, because I feel that a lot of the young persons, and I'm not knocking the young energetic people, I'm really not, but I feel that a lot of them are going to jump on the network, have very little idea as to how to work the airplane, and it's going to be a lot of stress for the air traffic controllers. So I'm not going to contribute to that. So I'll definitely stay in my corner and learn the airplane, and we'll learn it together. So we'll go through that on the stream. You can ask questions, we can try different things, we can look at it and move from there. There's going to be a bunch of those streams happening anyways, so feel free to join and we'll see. So I'm gonna, as soon as it drops, I'll notify you on the Discord and also on YouTube as to what we're going to do and when we're going to do it. So look out definitely for that as well. We see some white patches on the ground. That means it is Snow City going on down there. I think in P3D long ago when I was using P3D, you see the entire area covered in snow. So if you look at the back of the airplane, we're seeing everything is cool. In front here, we see some white patches. There's probably some snow on the ground after a snowstorm that would have passed overnight thereabout. That's pretty cool, pretty nice. You can always take a picture right here. Snap. I already have high priority. Yeah, so you explain, guys. We're gonna be. So I was talking to have a group chat with some people, and one of the members of the group chat landed in PRCO with his A359. So I was like, yeah, it's alright, it's alright. We'll jump on that bandwagon come next week. So give us a week, give us 1 week, and we definitely have that. So that's cool. And of course, anyone who has flown the A380, the A380 is also an airplane that you can learn because that's the prototype for the different screens. So we've flown here on the A320. So the A320 family, the A330 family, all of those are pretty similar. So an individual can fly an A3, a pilot, a railroad pilot, can fly an A321 today and then go tomorrow and fly an A330 because they have a similar cockpit. Just like a pilot for the 757 can fly a 767 because the cockpit is so similar. But with this new generation Airbus, the A350s and 380s, the 380 was a prototype for it. The screens are much bigger. There's more multifunction. There's a KCCU, a keyboard control and cursor unit, where you literally don't do much typing. It's all using the cursor and of course the touch screen as well. So you don't have a keyboard, you don't have an FMC that looks like this with these QWERTY alphanumeric buttons, but you have an entire, just imagine this entire screen is where you will do most of your stuff. And okay, for argument's sake, this entire section of the airplane, do you see the two FMCs right here and this lower EFIS? Literally, this is the entire multifunction display. So cut this in half and you have, this is the captain side and this is the first officer side. So it's literally a huge difference from what we're accustomed to. So if you're accustomed to flying the narrow bodies, that wide body is going to be totally different. If you've flown, those of you that are flying on the simulator that fly the 787 is similar. There's still some major differences, but of course you would have gotten accustomed to using such multifunctional display. So that's pretty much what we're going to look forward to for the A350. So this week is going to be a fantastic week. I'm going to see if we can do both streams. So whenever the A350 drops, we will use that day and do that stream. So we'll break the cycle of the 737 for Delta. 107 miles. Welcome, Nathan. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend, boy. All right, 93 nautical miles from our top of descent. So we are gonna now, so we have the transition point here. Let's move this out. It shouldn't be, we don't need to have a hole there. So we'll put clump here, execute that. And we have a Trava, then clump, and then runway 23. Nate, the flight is going pretty good, pretty well. We took off a few minutes ago. It's a pretty short flight, and we're now about to check. Oh, so this is, yes, you have school tomorrow, Nate. Don't worry about it. As soon as you blink, it's time for Easter, so you'll be fine. Washer, and our next, so this is George in front of us. So we're gonna slow our speed. So we're gonna back down to 0.75. Let's make that 0.73 to give some spacing to allow for George, who is 2,000 feet above us. And we're going to now look at the approach, which is the ILS runway 23. You good, Nathan? You can be like therapy. Who knows? 300. Wow, 300. Wow. Thank you, Kembe. Thank you. Appreciate it. I only know 3, sir, and I'm still learning 1 of the 3. Ron, what's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wait, I forgot my passport. How am I that? Because you could use your IDs. It's an American flight, domestic flight. You good? Is when we're on the international flight that you can't. You got to worry. You got to put you back, boy. You're gonna be a stowaway. Oh my goodness. Doing a second leg. I'm not sure. It's pretty early, so probably we could do a second. I have one more flight I'm supposed to be doing, probably on Southwest. So I may do that. Let's see where we are. Top of descent is now 74. All right, cool. So let's look at the approach. We're using ILS runway 23 for the approach over Trava. We'll descend across Trava at or above 4,000. And from Trava to the final fix is 4 miles. And so we'll make sure that we have that in the system. So we're going to put the ILS runway 23, and that frequency is 111.30, and the approach course is 235. The MSA is 3,900. Our initial is going to be down to 4,000, and our MDA is 926. And we will dial 926 in here as we are getting ready for descent. Flight's doing pretty good, JP. The flight's doing pretty good. We're coming up of our top of descent just now. We just slowed down just a little bit. I'm gonna do another slowdown, so we're gonna 0.70 just to give our colleague American some more space. So he probably just started his descent just a while ago, so we give him some more space. All right. Let's see if this fix works. So it's IBUF. No, it does not. All right. So we're gonna have to find another one. So we're gonna use Trava. Ooh, let's see. No, we use Clump. Clump is a couple of, it's probably this point. Let's use Clump. CLU. Is it CLU? CLUMP, yes. CLUMP. And 235. Gonna start at 55 miles. Roger, no problem. 235 at 15, and then 235 at 7. So we'll be fully ready. 7 miles out. We'll be good. Bro said he didn't have his passport. Yeah, don't need a passport. Don't need a passport because it's a domestic flight. If we were going international, then we'll definitely have to have his passport, or else he'll become a stowaway. And at that point, not sure what's gonna happen. Nah, the pilot has to have their passport. Pilot must have his passport. Okay, so let's look at our airports. Let's see, search. Oh, airports, departure and gates. Already have that. All right, cool. So we're landing runway 23. We have 8,829 feet of runway. And once we land, we're hoping to exit via Alpha 2 or Alpha 1 and come back to park at the gate. Let's now run our, why not use the IBOF as a fix? That's what I did. It didn't take it. It didn't take it. India Bravo Uniform Foxtrot says not in database. Very unfortunate. So I had to do the next best thing, which was use Clump, so we can see what that looks like. So that's 15 nautical miles from Clump, 7 from, and as a matter of fact, we can actually use 4. So instead of 7, we can do 4 from Clump, and that will give us enough before we get to the runway. So that's cool. So we'll, by 4 miles from Clump, we'll definitely be on our, I could probably even do /2. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, we use I had the identifier, but it's not coming up on the, it's not in the database for whatever reason, so can't use that. All right, let's run the performance tool. Landing en route, ILS runway 23, import with all operational, auto brakes 1 and the weather, and let's, so we gotta have to use auto brake 2. Auto brake level 2. So that's gonna take us all the way to the end of the runway. We have 7,000 landing distance, and we land in 6,825. So that means we're gonna roll all the way to the very end of the runway, use Alpha 1 and backtrack. And then our gate is gonna be gate 22. So that's gonna be on the end of the terminal over here by taxiway Charlie. Current weather in Buffalo. It is 230, so we have winds coming right down the runway, so that's good. 10 knots. Visibility is 10 statute miles. Temperature is -1. Dew point -4. Altimeter 3008. So we'll set that now. And we will have a chat with the passengers. The Buffalo VOR. What's the Buffalo VOR's? Buffalo VOR. see, what's the Buffalo VOR? George, you have that frequency, the frequency on up already? Buffalo VOR. It's off the field to the east. Okay. All right, we get that later. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight, this is your captain speaking. The seatbelt sign is coming on. We're just about our top of the set here. We are approximately 148 miles from Buffalo. Should have you on the ground in the next 20 minutes or so. We ask that if you are up and about that you get back to your seats and that you will buckle up and remain comfortably seated. Flight attendants, the current winds are out of the southwest, blowing at about 5 miles an hour. And visibility is pretty good. We have some overcast skies till about 4,000 feet. So once we get below that, then we should be fine. Temperature is -1, so I hope that you packed your favorite sweater so that you are comfortable for the stay in Buffalo. Once again, thank you for choosing Delta for your flight this afternoon into Buffalo, and hope that you have a fantastic rest of the week. Flight attendants, prepare for landing, please. All right, 116.4. Thank you so very much, sir. 116.4, and the one here is 111.3, and the final approach course is, so flaps, doing all this talking and forgot to write down the important things. 150 is the approach speed. 111.3, 235. So we set course 235. And we've just begun our descent. 235 is now set. And just got some auto ATC. Cleveland Sun advisor, you descend to maintain 9,000, Buffalo altimeter 3008. So we'll descend to 9,000 as per the auto ATC. So 9,000 initially. That is set. Level 2 for our brake. And we're good to go. Continue winding this down to 936, 926. I should have probably just used a 200, right? Good thing that it goes pretty quickly, so we're not here all day. And 926 is set. Cool. All right, so for the approach, we've already done the weather, current weather in Buffalo is wind 230 at 10, temperature -1, altimeter 3001. The visibility is pretty good and the runway condition is dry. We do not have a current arrival, but we have the ILS approach, which is going to be runway ILS runway 23, and that frequency is 101.3 with a course heading of 235, which is a good set. Landing configuration is flat set to 30, landing speed 150, and auto brake is level 2. And we anticipate exiting at Alpha 1, which is at the very end of the runway. There aren't any threats that we can consider at the moment, or we need to consider at the moment. There is one antenna that's in the approach path that's at 871, so we need to make sure that we maintain that and keep that in mind as we come to approach for that 3-degree glide coming down. Winds coming straight down the runway 230, so we just remember to be vigilant as we are arriving. Keep visual of that antenna and we are good to go. Flight antennas have been briefed and we've begun our descent. So we can now do our descent checklist. So let's get our descent checklist up. Our descent checklist. Altimeter is a 30.08 and cross check. Radio and barrel out bugs have been set. 926 and that's cross check. Airspeed bugs are set. VRAM speed 30150. Anti-ice not required. Actually, anti-ice will be required on the descent because we're going to go through some clouds. So we will turn on the anti-ice as we descend through the clouds. The approach briefing has been completed. Auto brakes is set to level 2. Passenger signs are on. Pressurizing the panel is set. Exterior lights are set. Recall is checked. The descent checklist is complete. Alright guys, so we're heading to racks right now. We're 49 from that. Once we get to rack, we will make a left downwind on a heading of 060, which will be just off from a 050 downwind on runway 23. Then we'll descend to 4,000 feet and make a left base to join the localizer for runway 23. So we're descending nicely. And the CTAF for, I'm gonna say them clouds look icy. Yeah boy, them clouds look very icy with you boy. So we're gonna have some anti-ice going through them clouds on. We can't afford to be having them wings heavy. CTAF. What's the CTAF for this airport? CTAF for KBUF is 1. No CTAF. Interesting. That's interesting. So we maintain 122.8, 122.8 for our arrival. No problem. That's great. We don't need to switch any frequencies. According to my buddy, those clouds look very icy in truth. And I like this. I like this picture. If you look, it just, you see the clouds overcast over the land and you just see this spottiness of white. So, ooh, how can you not love flying, guys? It is, I'm sorry, I'm getting excited. I'm getting too excited. I'm sorry. This is beautiful. That's real nice. This is, whew. Don't be annoyed with me. I'm just excited about flying, man. Flying is just, it's a dream. It's a dream. It looks pretty good. There's a United that just left out of Buffalo. So George should be just passing rack right now. What's your altitude, George? Woo. This to me looks like this picture that I just took. I'm gonna make my background photo. That looks so beautiful. Passing through 14,000. All right, cool. Roger. Are you gonna overfly and then do the teardrop approach from Trava? He's probably going direct to Buffalo, then enter. Oh, well, no, it's not a teardrop, but it's hold and then descend. We could also go direct to Akui. All right, let's put that in there. Alpha Kilo Uniform Yankee. Alpha Kilo Uniform Yankee India. That will take us on a kind of a downwind, so we'll do that. Proceed to turn inbound. Roger, roger. Descending to flight level 180, that's transition to the local altimeter, which is 3008. So once that lights up amber, we will then switch to the local altimeter of 30.08, which is already set. There we go. Ice in these yeah, boy. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking at these and they look pretty devious. But they're so pretty though. Just imagine something so pretty is so dangerous. You going through clouds and don't have on your anti-icing, man, those wings become heavy, make your airplane aerodynamically unstable, and you could fall out the sky. As a matter of fact, in these parts, there was some Colgan Air. I think it's Colgan Air, and it was a Dash 8 or an ATR. So either Dash 8 or a Saab. I think it was a Saab. I think it's a Saab 34. Had going through icing conditions, man, those things make your airplane unflyable. All right, we're just about to head into our clouds. We can hold up just a little bit before we turn on our anti-ice. Look at that. Doesn't that look mean, guys? It's like it's like, come, I'm about to swallow you if you come inside of here. Okay, we leave that one alone. Anyways, the clouds. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we make a left turn and we'll go on a heading of 050 and continue our descent down to 9,000, then to 4,000. $33 miles from the Buffalo VOR, so we are approximately 57 miles from touchdown. Look at those clouds. Jeez.
Buffalo traffic, American 340 now about 716. Heading down to 4,000. Proceed to turn inbound.
I don't know about you, but that cloud looks very, very mean. So we're going to descend down to 4,000 feet shortly. Once we pass the 9,000 mark, we continue to descend to 4,000. And then we make a left base to join the localizer at Trava. Can't even see the runway from where we are. One of the things I like to see as well when we're going through is when you start to do cloud surfing, which is right above the clouds, then you go into what we call the soup. So look out for that. Cool. So we have all the spacing that we need in the world, so we're good to go. So George will land and then we'll come around and do our landing from the east. He's just about to go over Trava, then do his procedure turn to land. Coming on the 9, below 10,000. We will do a speed intervene of 240. Get our speed back. And we will turn on our anti-ice. And we turn our fuel switches to continuous. Let's help the aircraft out by slowing down just a bit. So that sound that you're hearing is the speed brakes disrupting the airflow. So we descend now down to 4,000 and we'll use level change at this point to maintain 240 in our speed. Upon passing 6,000, we'll slow to 210. Below 10,000 feet, landing light coming on, and our wing lights coming on, and the landing lights that we put on the fixed landing lights. Oh, look at that! Tell me what you guys are seeing down there. What do you think those are? A whole bunch of them. What are those? What are those? The airport is somewhere out there. Don't start singing the song, guys. Somewhere out there is where the runway is. But we're quite a distance from it, so
35.
Public traffic Delta 2496 on the east side descending through 8,100 for 4,000 will make left base to join the local left base direct to Trava to join the localizer runway 23. Will call on the left base. Oh, just went through. Did y'all see that? Cloud shifting, the turbulence and things. All right. And there we go. Into the soup we go. And as you notice the difference in color, so guys, again, this is all realistic. Difference in colors where we have the sun shining over the clouds and then the ground is darker, clouds blocking the light. So that's pretty realistic. So now we're in the soupy soup. All right, coming through 6009. Let's begin bringing the speed back to 210. So we're 50 miles out of Plump, which is about 20 miles from the airfield. So we'll now make our left turn. Let's make that left 350. And we can, as a matter of fact, go direct to Akui. And we'll slow down to 210. Get some speed brakes out to help us descend and also to slow down.
Buffalo traffic, American 340 is now established on the island 239. Buffalo.
Pablo traffic Delta 2496 is 11 miles from Akuyi. Descend to 4,000 feet, then make left to join the localizer runway 23 at Trava. We'll call established Delta 2496. Once we get over Kuyi, we're going to reduce our speed down to 180. And that will help us to set up for the approach. And let's run the approach checklist. Approach checklist, flight and navigation instruments are checked. The chime switch is now cycled to let our flight attendants know that we are about to land. And altimeters are 30.08, and that is cross check. Approach briefing, approach checklist complete. Runway is over that way. Speed check, flaps 1. And we can turn off the anti-ice. Give ourselves some lights on the panel. What happened, JP? Oh yeah.
340.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Gonna vacate. Left at Echo taxi to the gate.
All right. So Brother George is on the ground. Let's see what we're gonna have in terms of our landing. All right, reduce speed now to 180. And we'll arm the localizer. Speed check, flaps 2.
Buffalo traffic American 340 clear of runway 23.
Roger, Delta 2496 left, join the localizer runway 23. We'll call established. Buffalo traffic. All right. My gate is 22. Speed check is flap 5. Localizer is captured. 235 is our final approach course, and let's arm the approach. Buffalo traffic Delta 2496 is established on the localizer runway 23. We'll call fully established ILS and the distance for landing 2496. Let's pause the music and let's focus on the arrival. And let's go to our final approach speed. And I think that we need to get some lighting here. And we'll put back on the anti-ice. Laps 10 and gear down. And approach speed of 150. Laps 15. Buffalo traffic Delta 2496, full established on the ILS runway 23, landing. Laps 30. Check. Landing checklist. Landing gear down 3 green, flaps 5, flaps 30 set, green light. Speed brake is now armed, green light. Tire switch is continuous and landing lights are set. Exterior lights are set. And we're ready to go. Buffalo traffic Delta 2496, 6 mile final runway 23 Buffalo. Auto marker. Auto clear to land 2496. So that clump was the auto marker. So we're right over the auto marker. Right on point, and we are ready to land. Landing speed. What's our landing, guys? Is it going to be butter, or should I just plant the plane down? Buffalo, yes sir. Beautiful place, beautiful place. It's just cold. It's just cold. I am not missing these places at all. Check. Water under thousands. All right, let's see how we're gonna do this. 500 feet, my airplane. Let's land. That's the final outside view. So cool. I'm getting low oil pressure. All right, 500 feet, my airplane. Let's do this.
Approaching minimum.
Buffalo traffic, short final runway 23.
Minimums.
Continue.
100.
Check.
50. 30. 20.
Woo.
10.
And we're down. Speed brakes up. 2 in reverse. Decel. That looked too smooth. Reverse is normal. Manual braking. Thank you very much, JP. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Rolling all the way to the end, then exit at Alpha 1.
On runway 5.
Buffalo traffic Delta 2496 exit via Alpha 1 Alpha to the gate 2496. Start the APU, landing lights can come off, and ropes can come off. Wing light comes off. And let's clean up the airplane. Going to gate number 22. There we go. Get the music going again. There we have it, guys. We are on the ground. Let's see what our landing rate was. -181. Not bad at all. -181 looked Pretty nice, pretty decent. Pretty decent. So we're gonna taxi on over to our gate, which is gonna be stand 22. We'll take Alpha and we're gonna go stand 22, which is right around here next to Mr. The American. Smooth operators in the Buffalo. That's right. That's right. Smooth operator. Minus 181, 192. That's right. There we go. There we go. Roger. Let's see. If you're at 20, all right, so 20 is right next to you on the left side. Right. George, look at this. All these different A cars say different things, right? So 182 and 192. Make this right turn here. And we're going right into this gate. Turn off the taxi lights, slow down, and let's park at the Delta gate. Let's see if we can get a dance tonight. And this time I'm not going to be listening to him. I'm going to be watching outside to see where I'm going. So the 737 goes to the second line, which is here. Actually, no, this line. Let's see what he's going to tell us. Right. Okay. So now he wants us to go all the way to the end. Okay, no problem. We'll do that. Cool. He better dance. Parking brake is set. APU on the buses, and we can turn off. 1 hour and 25 minutes. Let's see. Look at foolishness. Look at foolishness, guys. Where am I still turning to? Let's see if he's gonna dance. Set the chocks, and then let's call for deboarding and see if anything comes about that. You parked a bit too short. What? Guys, I don't know. Sometimes this thing doesn't even know what it wants to do. But we are here, guys, so I am okay with that. Let me get a nice little shot of this American and the Delta parking side by side here at Buffalo. Right. N1 is below 10% and we can turn off the beacon and then run the landing flows, the after the shutdown flow. Let's run the shutdown checklist. Shutdown checklist. Passenger signs of electrical panel is on. The external is now connected. Engine start levers are cut off. Transponder standby. Anti-collision lights on. Fuel pumps are off, with the exception of the forward fuel pump for the APU. Window heats are on. Pro heats are off. Anti-lights off. Electronic hydraulic pumps are off. Vehicle panel is set. APU is on. Parking brake is set. Auto brakes is off. And the shutdown checklist is complete. Yeah, no dance tonight, Kimbe. I don't know why they're treating me like this. Nevertheless, I am grateful that we have made it here to the Buffalo International Airport. So guys, thank you so very much for joining this flight. It was a pleasure having you along with us. If you have not already done so and it's your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you also get the next time that we're going live. We go live tomorrow, where we head over to Boston from Buffalo, from one cold place to the next. So we head over to Boston tomorrow and then on to LaGuardia the next day. As we shared earlier in the stream, if the man said them no want you're back. Yeah, I got in late. That's okay. Gian, you're fine. We're still you could always replay, but that's fine. Tomorrow, make sure you see it. I'll let you know the time tomorrow. More than likely it's going to be around 7 o'clock tomorrow's stream. But yeah, we are here. As we shared earlier in the stream, for those of you who missed it, the A350 should be dropping sometime this week. It's going to be a big week this week, dropping this week sometime. I think it's going to be dropping tomorrow. I hope it is. That way, if it does, then we're going to interrupt this. Hey, what's going on, bro? Thank you so much. I appreciate you for subscribing. It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please make sure you hit the subscribe, the notification bell so you know next time that we go live. Appreciate you for joining. I don't want to pronounce that. Is it fat ding duck? I don't, you know, words sometimes, you know. But we're grateful that we're here, guys, and I do appreciate all my subscribers. If you're appreciating what we do here, please consider leaving a like as well and also sharing this stream link with someone else. Until the very next time, I'm not sure if we're going to be doing another flight. If we do a next flight, we'll put it in the Discord chat. So if you have not already done so, !Discord to get the link, or you can check the YouTube channel and you'll also get the Discord link right there. Join the Discord link and we can definitely link up on some flights. If you have a particular flight that you want us to do, feel free to share it on the Discord as well, so we can try to accommodate that. We do that here. We've done some flights in the Caribbean for our Caribbean brothers. So if you would like to see your airport featured here, feel free to let us know in the comments or in the Discord, and we'll do our very best to get some flights going on for you. Guys, it has been a wonderful flight. This 1 hour and 27-minute flight up from Cincinnati to Buffalo. I do hope that you guys enjoyed the flight as much as I did. It was a beautiful flight with the scenery and the clouds coming into Buffalo. Pretty cold up here, but that's all right. It is winter time, and so we are grateful. Prosper asks, can you fly a jet? Probably I can. I mean, the way how we have these things set up right now, the airplane that we buy, these planes are they're patterned off of the real aircraft. And so in the unlikely event, and we hope that does not happen, that our pilots become incapacitated on a Boeing 737-800, I'll just raise my hand and said, here, please, I can fly. I have over 16,000 hours on the VRAM network. I can't tell you how many hours I have on the 737, but it's quite a bit. And so definitely, if that were to come, of course, we never know what would happen. Flight is a very interesting thing. And of course, we would try to remain as calm as possible if we have to be put into that situation. But we hope that we never have to do that. All right, guys, until the very next time, please enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see you tomorrow where the next flight will be, Buffalo to Boston. Until that time, take care. See ya.